Hey, so today I'm going to tell a couple of embarrassing stories involving my singing fails in public. Thank you for clicking, by the way. Before I get into the story, I actually filmed it yesterday, and as I was watching it, I realized that, like, on the off chance that some of the people that knew me then saw this video, they might feel like I'm not appreciating what they did for me. I do want to put it out there. Although this will mean nothing to many of you, I really want to thank my Aunt Sandy, who completely went out of her way to help me out during some really hard times I was going through in high school. She was amazing. And then also my physics teacher, you know who you are, I doubt you're gonna watch this. And also my English teacher, who in a past life was a contortionist. I love you so much, and I just want to thank you for what you did in my life. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna start the real story. Thank you. Hey, today I'm wearing my Beatles shirt. See? There's Paul and John in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so today I'm gonna tell a little story time from high school. Actually, like two. I'll make it 2 story times, because it's about the times I tried to sing publicly and I bombed terribly, because I'm not a singer. It's not something I like to do, like out loud by myself. I don't sound very good. I sound kind of like a vacuum. I just have kind of a thin voice, so I don't like to sing in public. But when I was in junior high, a lot of my friends joined choir, and I felt comfortable singing in choir because I could blend in with everyone else and kind of pretend, even though I didn't feel confident in my singing, because I was singing with everyone else. It was like I could be a part of something and have fun doing it, but I didn't have to be extremely talented. So I was in choir in junior high, and then also when I was in like a little kid, I guess, I went to church. My mom brought me and my brother to church, and so when I was in junior high, I would do the children's care thing. I would work in the daycare with my best friend at the time. We would work during the first service with the 2-year-olds, and then she would leave early, and so I would ask her where are you going? And she told me, I'm gonna go on the worship team. I'm gonna go sing and play piano and stuff like that. And I really wanted to keep hanging out with her. I wanted to see what this whole worship team thing was all about. And I told her oh, I'm on the choir at my junior high, so maybe I can sing for the worship team. And so I tried out, and they let me do it. But again, with worship team, you do have mics, you're holding these microphones, but everyone's singing, and the instruments are so loud no one can hear your voice. You blend in with everyone else. And I did that for many years. I did that for junior high and high school, just so I could be a part of something, you know, and sing with other people and have fun. And then I can't remember what year it was, what grade it was, but my friend, who I don't want to say her name, I'll call her Bobby, I don't know. She actually had a really good voice, but she would often kind of force it to sound kind of like the Britney Spears baby doll voice. That's how she would manipulate her voice. So a lot of people didn't like that she did that, but she had a very good voice. She had a powerful, on-key, beautiful singing voice, and she loved doing solos. And so she begged me to do a solo with her and to sing with her, and she picked this song, When You Believe, that was originally sung by Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. It was on the Prince of Egypt soundtrack, and she had to be Mariah Carey because she wanted to be more like Mariah Carey, and so she asked me to please sing Whitney Houston's part. And I'm not a good singer, and she's giving me this part that I'm not equipped to sing, but I was sure. I didn't know how to say no, which I wish I knew then what I know now. I wish I just said no, but I did it. And I wouldn't practice because, like I said, I don't like hearing myself sing. It makes me uncomfortable. So I didn't practice the song. Even when her and I were getting together, after church, we'd go to her apartment and practice the song. I would goof off and crack jokes and not do my part. I wouldn't practice my part. And since she sounded good anyways, no matter what she did, and she loved to sing. She practiced plenty. So the day of the song, there's like this weird talent show in the church youth group. It's like this big group of like junior high and high school kids, and there's like a talent show, and her and I are geared up to sing, and I go up to sing my part, and I can hear my voice coming across the mic, and it's like off key, and it's not like the right words, and I'm like fumbling through it, just trying to get through it to end it, please. Like, I was like, I'm done, I know this is bad. Like, I even stood there for a second like what are the words? Like, oh, that was like one of the most painful, and that was not my most embarrassing moment in high school. But the other time I sang in public and it went pretty bad was actually my graduation, and that's actually kind of another story time. But like, what happened with graduation is I actually didn't graduate. I wasn't doing my homework, I wasn't working on my tests. That's kind of a long backstory, but basically I had switched high schools like in the middle of high school. And I was doing okay at the first high school I was going to, but then the second high school I went to, it was kind of like a really conservative, like religious school with like a completely different curriculum. I was like, a lot of it was over my head. I went from like algebra to trig classes, and then like a lot of these classes had like really conservative leanings. So it's like, you don't just learn the history, you're supposed to like, kind of like, your answers on the test are supposed to lean a certain direction for you to get the test right. Like, that's just how it was. Like, so I found it all very confounding, and I just didn't try. Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, I was kind of a slacker. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life, and there was a lot of stuff going on at home, and I just was like, who cares about school? So I went to school to hang out with my friends, and like, that was it. So a couple months before graduation, like, my teachers and my principal actually got my mom and I together, and were like, look, I'm really sorry, but you can't salvage your GPA. Like, we'll let you attend graduation with your friends as if you're graduating, but we're gonna give you this like a folder. It looks like it's containing a diploma, but it's not gonna contain a real diploma. You're basically gonna like phone it in for your friends and family, but like, you need to take a California proficiency exam so you can go to like junior college or whatever, and then move on your own. And so I knew this, and my teacher, who I won't say her name, but she was kind of a bitch, like my history teacher, she was like, oh, Sarah, like, aren't you on the worship team? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, then you're perfect to sing the solo. And it was like, she wasn't asking. And I even said, I'm not comfortable singing a solo. And I kind of like looked at her pleadingly, like, you know, I'm not even graduating. Why are you going to make me participate in this like humiliating manner? Like, when you know, like, I don't really want to draw attention to myself on that day because of a situation. And she kind of looked at me like challenging, like, if you're on the worship team, then you are more than equipped to take this solo. You're taking it. Like, I'm not asking, basically. And like, again, I wish I had the skills then that I have now to just say fuck no, but I did it. I was like, okay. And then she like gave me this like song. It was like a church song. I don't even know it. I had never heard it before. And she gave me this like tape. I was supposed to listen to it and then like practice along. And I listened to it once, and I hated the song so much. I was like, I'm not going to practice this song. It's like embarrassing. I don't even want to hear my voice by itself when I'm alone in my room. Like, I don't want to practice this song. But like, I don't know why. Like, I didn't confront the situation and tell her I can't do this. Like, I literally let graduation day roll in. I went through the whole situation. Like, one of my classmates came up to me and was like, hey, congratulations, you know, that we're all graduating. And he was like someone I thought was kind of cute, and I was like, oh, thanks, knowing I'm about to go on stage and make the biggest fool of myself like ever. Like, my stomach was like I don't know how to explain it. Hold on. Sorry, like, some random guy just rode by on a scooter, and I was like, I'm not about to be telling the story so he can hear. It's like, this is embarrassing enough to relive it. But like my stomach, like it kind of had the pressure of like a pump, like it was like something was like squeezing my stomach, and my chest was like pounding. I was like, I can't do this, I can't do this. And same situation as when I tried to sing When You Believe, like at the talent show. It was kind of like having flashbacks from that. I like get up, all these people are singing these beautiful solos, like 3 people were valedictorian in a very small school because everybody deserves a prize. Like one girl had the highest GPA, I think she had a perfect GPA, but then like 2 people were close seconds, and they were so angry that they didn't get valedictorian. They literally like gave 3 people valedictorian honors because they didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even like graduating, like whatever. But I go and the song starts playing and I can hear my voice coming across and it's like wavering. I would have been fine like if I didn't care, but because I knew I didn't know the song, I hadn't been practicing it, I didn't even know the words. I hear my voice coming off and it's like wavering and I'm like, oh, oh. And I just stand there and I'm like, la la la, like I'm trying to like just get through the song so it ends and then my part's done. And everyone's like looking at me like you don't know the words. And then the song is like over and then I like go down and I sit down and I endure this like awful ceremony, and then I go and I have dinner with my family and we all take pictures and they're like really supportive and like sweet, even though everyone knows I didn't graduate. That was like the like cherry on top of the whole situation. And then my really nice physics teacher came up at the end of the ceremony and was like, look, I know you didn't graduate, but I just wanted to let you know you did get a B in my class, so I hope that makes you feel better. And then I took the proficiency exam and I passed it like that. Like it was hella easy. Like I knew all the stuff, I just didn't do the work. Kind of sad, but that was my story of how I bombed a couple of songs in high school and made a fool of myself. Also, to add to this, just so you know more like how embarrassing it was, like I was a pretty awkward teenager. I might find some pictures and then like do overlays so you see what I looked like in high school, but I was at least 50 pounds heavier than I am now, and I had a couple of botched hair coloring experiments where I tried to like bleach my hair at home and it was just like orange and splotchy and like crazy colors and like unprofessional AF, and like so much ridiculousness was going on, and those aren't even my most embarrassing moments. Those are just like definitive moments where I'm like, I'm never singing in public again. So, except I did karaoke after that a couple years later. But anyways, I hope someone got something out of that. If anyone else likes to sing, or if you have made an ass of yourself while trying to sing, it's happened to me too. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.